For years, Blake Lively's image was flawless. Perfect smile, devoted mother, exemplary wife, and Hollywood's sweetheart. But now, it's all starting to crumble. Jennifer Garner, who stayed silent for over a decade out of respect for her family and reputation, no longer has anything to hide. And what's beginning to surface is far more than just a cheating scandal. It's a pattern, a story of betrayal, manipulation, and how Blake Lively allegedly shook the foundation of a marriage for her own gain. It all began in 2010 during the filming of The Town alongside Ben Affleck. Since then, the shadow of that connection never really disappeared. Today, Jennifer Garner breaks her silence and makes it clear Blake's sweetness is nothing more than a carefully crafted mask. But this isn't just a story about three people. What's now coming to light involves other actors, actresses, and even royalty. Not even Ryan Reynolds seems willing to defend her anymore. On the surface, The Town was just another movie for Ben Affleck, who not only starred in it, but directed it as well. But behind the scenes, something much more delicate was happening. At the time, Ben and Jennifer had been married for 5 years. They had 3 kids and were seen as one of Hollywood's most solid couples. But when Affleck personally chose Blake Lively, 15 years younger, to play his love interest, red flags were raised. Jennifer was suspicious from the start, and it wasn't paranoia. The scenes between Ben and Blake weren't just intense. They were written by Affleck himself to be intense. During the press tour, journalists noted the undeniable chemistry between the two. And conveniently, that's when Blake ended her relationship with Penn Badgley. The connection between her and Ben became impossible to ignore. Despite the rumors, Jennifer Garner stayed silent. For her children, for her image, to avoid unnecessary chaos. But inside, the trust was already shattered. While trying to maintain the happy family image, the damage kept growing. In 2014, when Ben was offered a role in a film with Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer firmly prohibited it. She didn't want Blake anywhere near her husband again. It wasn't jealousy, it was a warning. Jennifer knew what had happened, even if she never said it publicly. To her, Blake wasn't just a passing fling. She was the emotional wedge that sent Ben down a dark path of addiction, scandals, and eventually, an even more painful betrayal, involving the family nanny. As Jennifer quietly endured her pain, Blake's star continued to rise. Not long after the Affleck scandal, she was dating Leonardo DiCaprio, and soon after, married Ryan Reynolds. But the rumors didn't stop. When whispers began to circulate that Blake and Ryan got involved while he was still married to Scarlett Johansson, things started falling into place. First Ben, then Ryan. There's always a stable relationship in the way. And somehow, Blake always ends up benefiting. What's most shocking is how Blake managed to preserve her perfect image while women like Jennifer Garner and Scarlett Johansson were left as collateral damage. But now, that narrative is starting to crack. Jennifer Garner has decided she's done keeping quiet, and she's not alone. Other powerful voices in the industry are starting to speak up. Tension is real. During the promotion of Deadpool and Wolverine, Jennifer completely avoided Blake, despite sharing scenes with Ryan Reynolds. No photos, no mentions, not even a polite nod. The animosity is obvious, and Hollywood is paying attention, and Jennifer isn't the only one. Scarlett Johansson, Lake Bell, Anna Kendrick, even public figures like Kate Middleton have had their own private or public clashes with Blake. The press once protected her, but after the lawsuit involving Justin Baldoni and her legal team, stepping away, no one wants to be part of her narrative anymore. She's been left alone, and Jennifer, once the quiet one, is making it clear there are things she will no longer tolerate. What happened between Ben Affleck and Blake Lively was an open secret for years, but a recently leaked recording of a private conversation between 2 The Town crew members confirmed what many suspected. In the audio, one of them mentions that Ben and Blake would disappear together for hours, and that several intimate scenes were unnecessarily reshot, just so they could spend more time alone. That same source claims Jennifer Garner called the production to express her concern. Though her call was ignored, it was recorded, the audio hasn't been officially released, but it's been circulating in Hollywood. Many who once defended Blake are now seriously questioning her behavior, because being a dedicated actress is one thing, using a movie set as your personal playground is another. Even years later, with Ben divorced and Blake married to Ryan, the connection didn't disappear. Unconfirmed reports say they attended multiple private events organized by talent agents and were seen exiting the same Los Angeles hotel through a back door. When Jennifer found out, she cut off contact with Ben for weeks. It wasn't jealousy. It was the final straw. Ben never told her he'd be seeing Blake. To Jennifer, that was the proof she needed. The Blake story wasn't over, no matter what Ben claimed. And while he denied everything, the damage was irreversible. The trust turned into anger, and anger into determination. Jennifer stopped being silent. Blake Lively was once fashion's favorite. Chanel, Valentino. Everyone wanted her. But now, those brands have quietly distanced themselves. Magazines that once put her on their covers no longer even include her in their influence lists. Directors have canceled meetings, and platforms like Netflix have postponed, possibly canceled, projects with her name attached. The reason is clear. No one wants to be associated with someone caught in legal drama, defamation lawsuits, and mounting allegations of betrayal. The fall has begun. And with just one public statement, Jennifer Garner could finish tearing down the myth of Blake Lively. Just when it seemed Garner was alone in this battle, others began speaking out. Scarlett Johansson, typically discreet, released a sharp statement through her team. Hollywood is full of talented actresses. What we don't need are manipulative ones. Lake Bell, Blake's former Gossip Girl co-star, reportedly witnessed firsthand how Blake demanded things her way or no way at all. Even designers, editors, and charity organizers have shared stories of diva behavior, arrogance, and unreasonable demands. Meanwhile, Jennifer Garner hasn't stooped to revenge. She's just done one thing, spoken the truth, with evidence, at the time it hurts the lies the most. For years, Blake Lively built the image of perfection. Elegant actress, ideal wife, model mother. But now that castle is crumbling. Not because of one mistake, but a pattern repeated over and over. Betrayals, uncomfortable silences, broken friendships, and scandals carefully covered up. Jennifer Garner held her tongue for more than a decade. She chose to protect her kids instead of seeking revenge. She chose to heal privately rather than explode publicly. But when she saw that the same woman who ruined her marriage was still being celebrated and protected by the media, she spoke, and what she said was clear. Enough of staying silent out of respect for someone who never respected anyone. Now, the industry no longer protects Blake. Brands avoid her. Colleagues call her out. And even her husband, Ryan Reynolds, stays silent. A silence louder than any statement. What we're witnessing isn't just the collapse of a public image. It's the unmasking of a truth many knew, but few dared to say. So, what do you think? Did Jennifer Garner do the right thing by breaking her silence? Or are there truths that should stay private? Subscribe and turn on notifications, because Hollywood is finally revealing its true face. And not everyone is ready for what's coming next.